I guess the big news today is the ginormous winter blizzard that is bearing down on the East Coast. I've seen the news media is referring to it as Winter Storm Jonas, which should give you an idea of how bad of a blizzard it is, that it has its own name, like a hurricane. Lots of people are being affected by this. Flights are being grounded. Highways are being closed down. Cities are being closed down when it gets to it. So I'll be following it through the day. I might do a few videos when news comes in. If it's something I think I should do a video on, I'll do a video on it. But for this first one, I'm going to kind of look at something a little more lighthearted involving Winter Storm Jonas, and that is a bunch of Craigslist users are using it as an opportunity to get some hookups. They're really putting the chill into Netflix and chill, if you know what I mean. Quite a few have posted looking for some Blizzard booty calls. I think that's amusing that people, even with all that's going on, their first thought is, it's all guys so far who are putting this out, is, I want to get laid. Although I can really do get the sort of romantic nature involved in it. It's sort of like the legendary story of the New York blackouts in the 70s, where 9 months later they had a spike in the birth rates. A lot of babies were being born. So give you an idea of what New Yorkers were doing on the night of those blackouts. And I myself, a couple years back, I was on Cuba. I was stationed at the Guantanamo Bay Naval Base, Gitmo as we called it. And this was in 2012, the year of Hurricane Isaac, and then later Superstorm Sandy. And in both cases, it did the hurricanes and the superstorm, they touched down on the base on their path of destruction. And we all knew they were coming, so me and my soldier buddies, we ended up getting, put on like this sort of lockdown. We were living in these, I guess, hurricane-proof trailer houses, and it was like, each little house was like one room basically. So anyway, we were the unit was out of Iowa, so a lot of us were kind of excited about the thing because we never thought we'd go through something like that in our lifetime, a hurricane. So there was something, we were having some fun. And, I was thinking, how cool it would be for me and one of my fellow soldiers, female soldier, if we were hunker into, a trailer together. It's like that way we would, we'd share our supplies, live off of Beanie Weenies and double stuffed Oreos as this, hurricane was bearing down on us. And of course, I made sure to get some condoms in case we had to repopulate the human race. So yeah, I totally get why people are looking for romance during this giant blizzard. There is something kind of exciting about that. If you know it's coming, it's like, why don't you find that special someone and live through it together? But, all joking aside, I do also hope that there are people, strangers, who are opening their doors to strangers just out of basic humanity. Because you've got so many people, I guess, in, these cities who were supposed to fly out, but now the flights have been canceled, so they're stranded. And, like I said, if they weren't living in the area, they've got nowhere to go. And like the highways too, you've got people who are stranded on them. Can't get they can't go on the highways because they're going to be closed down. So you're hoping, like you get on Twitter or Facebook or something, you find someone who's opening their doors to these people stranded. And that would be great. Like I said, no sex required. But if you meet someone during this blizzard, some stranger that you opened your door for, and you take a liking to one another, well, we'll just see how the birth rates are in 9 months on the East Coast.